This is the moment the audience can feel the shift in her. A quiet courage grows inside her, steady and real. She has spent so long protecting her heart that she almost forgot what it felt like to open it. But today, after the shared struggle with Arrow, after seeing Nathan's quiet vulnerability, she realizes she wants to take that risk. She steps into the barn. Her breath a little unsteady, her thoughts clear as ever. She knows what she's about to do. It's bold, unexpected, and unlike anything she has done before. But it feels right. It feels like the next step she's meant to take. By the time this section ends, the stage is set. The sun is sinking, the ranch is quiet. And Amy is walking toward Nathan with a decision that will change everything. The barn grows quiet as evening settles over Heartland. The kind of quiet that feels almost unreal. Soft rays of fading sunlight slip through the wooden gaps, turning the dust in the air into tiny golden sparks. Nathan is finishing up his work, humming lightly under his breath, unaware that every second is pulling him closer to a moment he never expected. Amy stands at the entrance for a heartbeat. Longer than she should, her fingers curled around the edge of the doorway. Her pulse is steady but strong, each beat pushing her forward even as her fears whisper for her to step back. This is new territory, known, risky, and painfully honest. But she's done running from moments like this. She's done letting fear guide her. She walks inside, her steps soft but sure. Nathan looks up when he hears her approach, giving her the kind of warm smile that always seems to ease the weight she carries. "Thought you went home?" he says lightly. Amy shakes her head, her gaze softer than he has ever seen it. "Not yet," she replies. The simple words carry more meaning than either of them fully understand. He senses something different in her posture, something thoughtful, something brave. He sets down the tools in his hands, wiping the dust from his palms, his eyes never leaving her. The barn feels smaller suddenly, as if the world itself is pulling them into this quiet, life-changing pocket of time. Amy draws in a slow breath and steps closer, stopping just a few feet away from him. She studies his face, the tired lines from the long day, the gentle steadiness in his expression. It's the hint of concern beginning to form as he realizes she isn't here for small talk. "Today made me think," she begins, her voice soft but full of emotion. She talks about Arrow, about how fear can hold someone down for a long time, and how it takes courage to let go of that fear. Her words come out carefully, not rushed, but honest enough to make Nathan's eyes widen slightly. With every sentence, Nathan listens more closely, sensing that this isn't just about the horse they're talking about her, about him, about the strange, beautiful connection forming between them. She tells him how much she admires the way he handled the situation, how his patience, his kindness, and the way he opened up earlier meant more than he knows. How she realized something today, something she can't ignore anymore. Nathan swallows hard. He doesn't move, doesn't speak. He just listens, his heart quietly racing. Amy steps even closer now. Close enough that he can see the tremble she's trying to hide. Close enough that the truth is written plainly in her eyes. The air between them thickens with emotion, with possibility, with something both terrifying and beautiful. This isn't the moment yet, but it's the breath before the leap. The last calm second before everything changes. Heartland itself seems to hold still. Waiting, Amy lifts her chin slightly, steadying herself. Her voice softens into a whisper that carries more bravery than any shout ever could. "Nathan, there's something I need to ask you." Just like that. The proposal scene begins. The world seems to pause the moment Amy speaks those words. The barn becomes so still that even the horses seem to quiet down, as if they can sense something important is about to happen. Nathan stands frozen, his breath caught somewhere between caution and hope. The soft glow of the sunset spills around them, giving the whole scene a warm, a golden edge, like the universe is trying to soften the moment just enough for courage to grow. Amy takes one slow step closer. She's close enough now that he can see every slight tremble in her hands, every unspoken thought in her eyes. She's brave, but she's scared. The kind of scared that only comes when something truly matters. Amy has always been strong, always been steady. But this is different. This is her heart speaking without a filter. "Nathan," she begins, her voice low but steady. "I've been thinking about everything. About the past, about today, about you." Her words land softly, but they carry the weight of all the pain she has survived and all the hope. She has slowly begun to feel again. Nathan doesn't move. He doesn't break eye contact. His usual calmness is replaced by something raw, deep, emotional, vulnerable. He had no idea this moment would find him today. Amy continues, her breath shaking. She tells him how he's become a part of her life in ways she didn't notice at first. How his patience with the horses mirrors the quiet patience he's shown her. How his honesty makes her feel safe. How she's realized that she doesn't just admire him, she cares about him. He takes a shaky breath. As if bracing himself for whatever she'll say next, Amy draws in the deepest breath she's taken all day. Her heart beating too fast, her voice barely above a whisper. "I'm ready for something new," she says, her eyes shining with a mix of fear and hope. "I'm ready to stop holding back, and I want to take that step with you." Nathan looks stunned, completely caught off guard, but the softness in his eyes tells the audience everything. He feels it too. He's just as scared, just as hopeful, just as overwhelmed. Amy lifts her hand and gently takes his, something she hasn't done before. Something that sends a clear message neither of them can run from now. Her voice grows even softer, almost breaking with emotion. "Nathan, will you take this next step with me? Will you say yes to us?" It isn't a traditional proposal, no ring, no speech rehearsed, but it's more honest than anything. It's Amy offering her heart again, fully, despite everything she's been through. It's her choosing love, choosing courage, choosing a future she never expected. Nathan's breath leaves him in one long exhale. Slowly, carefully, he brings his other hand up to hold hers. His voice cracks as he answers, "Yes, Amy, I will." The moment is quiet, gentle, and full of emotion, so thick it almost becomes its own presence in the room. No dramatic music, no sudden movement. Just two people standing in a barn, choosing each other with simple, honest words. And with that, everything changes. The barn stays quiet long after the words leave their lips, as if the walls themselves are trying to hold on to the moment. Amy and Nathan stand there, hands still joined, breathing in the calm after the emotional storm. Nothing around them looks different, yet everything feels different. It's the kind of change that doesn't shout, it settles into the heart slowly. It's like a promise forming its first shape. Nathan is the first to speak, his voice soft, still unsure if this moment is real. I didn't think you'd feel the same," he admits. Amy lets out a shaky laugh, the kind that comes from relief finally breaking through fear. "I didn't think I'd be brave enough to say it," she answers. And just like that, the tension melts into something warm and steady as they leave the barn together. The evening air greets them with a gentle breeze. The ranch looks peaceful, Spartan, grazing quietly, the sky painted in soft pink and gold, the scent of hay drifting around them. It feels like the whole place is blessing their decision without saying a word. Heartland has always been a home for healing, and tonight, it feels like it's offering them a new beginning. They walk toward the house, not rushing, not talking too much, just letting the silence carry them. There's comfort in that silence, proof that they don't need big words or dramatic gestures to understand each other. Their steps fall in sync. And Amy feels something inside her settle for the first time in years. When they reach the porch, Jack is standing there, pretending he's just stepping out for some air. But the soft smile, tugging at the corner of his mouth, says he saw more than he lets on. He gives them a nod, not pushy, not nosy, just supportive in that quiet Jack Bartlett way. Amy squeezes Nathan's hand one last time before they separate for the night, and the gesture says everything. This is real. This is happening, and I'm ready. Inside, Amy pauses for a moment near the living room, letting the events of the day wash over her. She remembers every fear, every hesitation, every moment she almost walked away. And now, here she is, taking a step she once believed her heart would never be ready for again. A soft smile spreads across her face. Not a dramatic, excited smile, but a peaceful, grateful one. Nathan returns to the barn, needing a moment alone to breathe it all in. He leans against one of the stalls, running a hand through his hair, overwhelmed in the best way. He never expected someone like Amy to look at him the way she did today, with trust. With hope, with something deeper, he's still trying to understand. He whispers a quiet thank you into the stillness. Not sure who he's thanking, just knowing he needs to say it. The episode closes with a wide shot of the ranch under the fading evening sky. Horses moving gently. Light glowing from the house. Nathan standing quietly in the barn doorway. Amy watching him through the window. Two people beginning something fragile, something brave, something new. No big cliffhanger. No loud ending. Everything at Heartland feels normal. Until one moment changes everything. A moment no one expected. A moment that shows Amy is finally ready to open her heart again. And it all begins with one look. One breath. And one decision that will shake the episode opens with a soft morning light spreading over Heartland Ranch. The kind of calm that makes you feel like nothing could possibly go wrong. But under that calm surface, there's something different about this day. Amy walks through the barn with a quiet sense of purpose. She's focused, but there's a softness in her movements. As though she's carrying a thought she's not ready to say out loud yet. For weeks now, Amy and Nathan have been working side by side, sometimes without even planning to. One moment, they're training a troubled horse. The next, they're fixing a fence in the far pasture. Their paths keep crossing, not because they have to, but because somehow it just feels right. In Heartland, with its long history of love, loss, and healing, has a way of drawing people together exactly when they need it most. There's a gentle shift in their friendship that everyone can sense. It isn't dramatic. It isn't loud. It's the kind of change that happens when two people start to understand each other without words. Amy has been carrying that hope quietly, unsure of what it means, or if she's even ready for something so big. Nathan, on the other hand, has been doing what he always does, showing up, helping out, offering support in the ways he knows how. As the camera moves across the ranch, we see small hints that today is going to be different. Tim pauses when he sees Amy looking at Nathan a little longer than usual. Jack watches Nathan from the porch with his usual thoughtful silence. Even the horses sense something, nudging Amy as she passes, as if encouraging her to trust herself. The episode lays out the deep emotional space Amy is in. She's a woman who has known both great love and heartbreaking loss. She has rebuilt her life piece by piece, but moving forward has never been easy. And yet, this episode makes it clear she's no longer running from the idea of love. She's standing still, finally ready to listen to her own heart. This opening section sets the foundation for the emotional storm to come. It shows Amy at a crossroads, holding on to her past, but reaching for something new. It's gentle, patient, and full of unspoken tension. And by the time the scene ends, one thing is clear: Amy is about to make a choice that will change everything. Ranch to its core, the day truly begins with a moment that feels small on the surface, but carries a strange weight beneath it. Nathan is already at the ranch, brushing down a young mare that's been nervous around new people. His movements are slow, steady, and come almost like he's speaking to the horse without saying a word. The camera lingers on him for a moment, capturing the quiet patience that has slowly become one of the things Amy notices the most about him. Amy walks into the barn, her footsteps soft on the dusty ground. She spots Nathan, and for a second, she hesitates. Not because she's unsure of him, because something in her chest reacts before her mind does. A small tightening. A quiet awareness that wasn't there before. She takes a breath and moves toward him, pretending she's just checking on the horse, but her eyes say something different. Something deeper. Nathan turns toward her, a hint of surprise in his smile, like he didn't expect her to be there this early. "She's starting to trust me," he says gently, stroking the mare's neck. Amy nods, watching the way his hand moves, the way the horse relaxes under his touch. She recognizes that kind of trust building. It's the same kind she's been doing her entire life. The same kind she's been afraid to do with a person again. Their conversation stays simple updates about training, plans for the day, small jokes that make the moment lighter. But beneath the easy talk, there's something shifting. They stand closer than they realize. move in sync without thinking, and when their hands brush while passing a halter, both of them pause for half a second too long. Words disappear. Time slows just a little dot. In the background, you can hear the soft rustling of horses, the natural rhythm of the ranch, and it feels like the world is holding its breath for them. Even the lighting in the scene seems to lean toward warmth, like the show itself knows that something important is starting to bloom. The writers use this simple, barn moment to reveal everything without spelling it out. Amy watches Nathan with a mix of admiration and fear because trusting someone new isn't easy, not after everything she has lived through. Nathan, meanwhile, stays steady, unaware of the storm inside her, but naturally grounded in the way he always is by the time the scene fades. The audience sees it clearly. Amy isn't just noticing Nathan. She's beginning to see him, really see him. Not just as a ranch hand, or a helper, or a friend, but someone who could matter. Someone who already does. The turning point in this episode arrives quietly, without warning, the way real change often does. It begins when a troubled gelding named Arrow suddenly panics during a routine check. The horse had been making progress, but something spooks him. A loud clatter, a sudden shadow, and he bolts toward the open pasture. The moment is sharp, fast, and full of danger. Nathan reacts first. He runs after Arrow, calling out in a calm but firm voice, trying to bring him back under control. Amy follows close behind, her heart racing as she watches the horse's fear grow with each step. Arrow had been through trauma before arriving at Heartland, and scenes like this can undo weeks of trust. Amy knows it. Nathan knows it, and the weight of it hits them both at the same time. When they finally catch up to Arrow near the fence line, Nathan steps in front of the horse, hands raised slightly, eyes steady. His breathing slows deliberately, sending quiet reassurance into the space between them. Amy watches the way he handles the moment, not with force, not with fear, but with a soft strength that reminds her of everything she once believed in. The same kind of patience Ty had shown with difficult horses. The same silent understanding of pain. Amy joins Nathan, slowly circling to Arrow's side. Their voices blend, calm and low, guiding the horse back to a place where fear stops controlling him. It takes time, but eventually Arrow lowers his head, breathing deeply again. The danger passes. Peace returns. But something else appears in its place, an unspoken closeness that neither Amy nor Nathan can ignore anymore. After Arrow settles, Nathan turns to Amy, and for the first time, he lets down his guard. He tells her why moments like this matter to him, how handling horses helps him deal with his own past, with mistakes he still carries, with things he wishes he had done differently. His voice cracks in a way he tries to hide, but Amy sees it. She feels it. This is the moment where everything changes. Amy realizes. Nathan isn't just strong, he's vulnerable in a way she understands deeply. She sees the weight he carries even when he tries to pretend he's fine. And Nathan, standing there in the fading afternoon light, finally sees Amy not just as a trainer or a leader, but as someone who listens. Someone who doesn't judge. Someone who makes him feel safe enough to speak. This scene isn't loud or dramatic. There are no big speeches or sudden declarations. Instead, it's built on shared silence, shared trust, and a shared struggle to help a broken horse heal. And through that, they begin healing something in each other too. By the end of the scene, the audience knows exactly what Amy is starting to realize. This connection is real, and it's growing. Faster than she expected, stronger than she's ready for, but impossible to ignore. The buildup begins not with a dramatic moment, but with a kind of stillness that settles over the ranch as the sun starts to lower. After the chaos with Arrow and the unexpected conversation that followed, Amy finds herself wandering through the pastures, needing space to think. The air is warm, the light soft, and everything around her feels like it's slowing down. It's just enough for her to hear her own thoughts. She reaches the old training ring, the one she used years ago when she was still finding her place at Heartland. Standing there brings back memories, good ones, painful ones, and everything in between. She brushes her fingers lightly along the wooden rail, and for the first time in a long time, she feels a sense of calm instead of fear when she thinks about her future. A future that might include someone new. Nathan appears in the distance, walking toward the barn with tired shoulders after the long day. Amy watches him from afar, unnoticed. It isn't the way he moves or the way he looks that holds her attention, it's the way she feels when she sees him. Safe, seen, steady, feelings she didn't expect. Feelings she wasn't sure she would ever feel again. And just like that, the decision begins forming inside her, not in a rush. Not in a burst of emotion, but in a slow, steady realization she wants to move forward. She wants something real again. And for the first time, she's not afraid of where that path might lead. She knows heartbreak. She knows healing. And now, she knows hope. As she makes her way back toward the barn, there's a new energy in her steps. She passes by the horses, each one giving soft whinnies and nudges, almost as if encouraging her. Spartan lowers his head beside her, and she rests her hand on his neck. She whispers something too soft for anyone else to hear, a promise to herself more than anything. Inside the barn, Nathan is putting away gear, unaware of the storm of emotion happening just outside the door. The golden light from the setting sun spills across him, casting long shadows that make the scene feel almost dreamlike.